Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading, so if you would like to get a message from the cards, come on in, grab a comforting beverage, get comfortable and cozy because we're going to get a message from the cards today. If you guys are interested in seeing more from me outside of YouTube, you can check the description below because I've included a list of my links to my social media, as well as the decks that I'm going to be using for this reading today. So, also, there is a bonus reading as well, so stay tuned. That's also timed in the description as well if you want to skip over. Yeah, you'll be able to do that if you just want to see the bonus reading. But here we go. So I decided, I was actually on live recently, and that's also saved for playback if you guys want to see that video. But I decided to try a little bit of a different formatting in how I present the cards to you, in that I presented kind of the main portion of the reading and then went back and looked at a pile of cards for the hidden energy and a pile of cards for the clarifying energy. And I wanted to get some feedback on that. If you guys have anything you'd like to say on the matter, please go ahead and sound off in the comments. I'm used to doing that deck by deck, and I think I might stay with that just because if I have a pile of cards for the bonus reading, I don't want to get them mixed up in the rest of the reading. But I did kind of like starting off very small and then going into what we aren't seeing and what we aren't seeing and what can be made clear from that. So I'm curious. Let's try it with this reading. Another thing that I am going to try to do with this video is read from my Lenormand cards. This particular deck is by Caitlin Matthews. This is the Enchanted Lenormand. Description though, I'll look for everything there. I want to get better at reading them and incorporating them back into my personal readings, but certainly the readings that I share with you guys. So we're going to do that this video as well. With that all being said, let's start with some oracle cards and see what we get for this first part of the reading. Okay. So I'm going to start with the significant energy. I'm going to start with, okay, we have the fish. We have the fish. We have the star. Okay, and we have the broom. Okay. So immediately what I am seeing here is that something is moving on. Something is, the flow of energy has changed, and it's allowing you to kind of sweep away old energy that isn't serving you. There's a certain flow to this new energy that's coming up very, I think very obviously, or very, yeah, it's obvious something has changed. There's a difference in the flow. It's allowing you to kind of move things forward and help you recognize what more needs to be done. Okay. And it's also allowing you to see your way through whatever darkness and whatever supposed lack you may be in. I think you're starting to see starting to see through through parts of that illusion. I think you're seeing the truth of your situation, and it's maybe not as bad as you were making it out to be, or you're starting to recognize certain resources that you didn't think were available to you. Okay, but that's only becoming clear because the darkness of the situation you think you're in is starting to dissipate. Okay, and it's starting to dissipate because you've allowed yourself to clear energy that isn't serving you anymore. Okay, so let's start with that. Let's see what else we have. What else do we have to see for today here? Whoa, okay. Right, I'm gonna take 2 here. All right. Keep that one in mind. All right. Okay. All right. Sorry for the gap here, guys. Let's see this card here. Okay. So, what we have to start, we had 2 pop off the deck, but the first card we have here is I choose. Yeah, we're really spicy here. I choose to learn through love. Okay, there is that. Okay, and we also have joy is the ultimate creator. Okay, all right. We also have the stingray. This is asking us to discover peace and calm. We have I surrender wholly and completely into profound renewal and multi-dimensional healing, trusting in the magnetic grace that guides my soul. Okay. All right. And we also have Sugilite and Platinum. This represents wholeness, forgiveness, and dreams. Okay, and this is actually a really perfect follow-up to our Lenormand reading, because we've made room to discover our joy, our peace, and our calm. Okay, and we've been able to do that by tapping into the love and that loving energy that is around us at all times, right? It allows us to really see and appreciate what it is that we have at our disposal. It certainly has allowed for our sense of genuineness, our sense of authenticity to come through, because what we're finding is that we're able to generously share what brings us happiness, what makes us feel the most joyful. Okay. I feel like there's a sense of finally stepping into the fullness of your power, because that power isn't necessarily aggressive, it isn't necessarily forceful, but you've cleared enough old energy out of your way that it's finally become something new, it's become something fresh, and that new and fresh energy is allowing your joy, your love, your peace, and your calm. That's all coming through. Okay. And what I also like here is that you have the stingray, but you also have the fish. Okay. And I recall saying something about going deep and finding out more about the work you need to do during this time, right? Same thing with the stingray, but I think there is, at least in this case, there's a sense of easing yourself into the task rather than going for it right away. Okay. And also with these changes, there is a sense of surrender because there are better things coming. There are better things. I think, right, what seems to be changing is that there's a situation that has had you wrapped up in this this uncomfortably scratchy, anxious blanket of emotion. And no, it's not fun, right? Oh, it's not fun. But because you've been able to finding your joy, you've allowed yourself to surrender to those changes, to allowing those changes to happen. And instead of feeling broken or instead of feeling broken by lack or scarcity mindset, you're finding that you have been whole and complete this entire time. And that even though you may have not, I don't want to say not passed the test, but even though you haven't seen success in other areas, forgiving yourself and being present with yourself has allowed you to forgive the heaviness you put on yourself and still go forward. Okay. All right. So there's that. That's interesting. I really like how this part of the reading came together. Okay, but we're gonna get into our tarot reading and see what it is we need to know more of, or what do we need to know more about this energy. All right, our oracles. What is coming through in our oracles? Okay, or at least what more do we need to know about what we're seeing with the oracle energy? We got there. Okay, whoa. Okay, so the first card we have is Justice. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. Okay, and we have the Two of Pentacles. All right, well, that's interesting here because we are looking at a period of time where we have not necessarily been balanced because there's been a choice to make that we haven't known how to make. We haven't known how to make these choices because things in our mental space have potentially been very turbulent. And we've already had, we're coming to this situation with a very heavy, I'm just imagining a bellhop who's trying to carry like 16 different pieces of luggage at once, and he's kind of like wobbling on his feet and he's very unbalanced. That's where I feel, that's what I'm seeing for this energy. And maybe we're not carrying baggage as such, but we've had a lot of responsibilities. We've had a lot on our plate. We've put ourselves in a mindset of I'm out here trying to do the most and I feel like I'm failing at it. Note that I said feel here. Okay, I want to highlight this Page of Swords because we're still, there's a mindset that needs to shift, and you've already absorbed a lot of lessons in terms of the situation that you're in currently. Okay, there's things in your space that have allowed you to collect data from the situation. That's so I heard this from a channel. It's not 7D Tarot, but I'll link them anyway. Actually, I have heard it from 7D Tarot. Anyway, it's actually Empath Tarot, but they mention a lot about our situations not being good or bad, just opportunities to learn, right? That's where I'm sensing this situation coming in, okay? And this is why the Page of Swords is showing up, because you've had situations like this in the past, and they've tried to teach you things. You've taken those, you've recognized that, you've taken those lessons learned, and now it's time to apply them in terms of staying balanced and understanding when things feel like they're becoming too much. And I'm also getting that from this Justice card, because you're being asked to answer for things that you've potentially done on impulse. You haven't necessarily given the most complete attention to the situation. You certainly haven't, maybe you haven't done that very well in the past, and now you're being asked to try again, okay? And in starting yourself on that journey, you've had to ask yourself, well, this situation came up for me in the past and I didn't handle it the best way I could have. What's the best way to do so now, right? Because that's coming up again. Okay, let's see what else we need to know. Okay, what else do we need to know? Okay, see, we're starting with our Knight of Swords. Okay, we have the Three of Cups, and we have the Three of Wands. Okay, so yeah, there's something, it's time to take action, okay? And I recall saying something about a shift, I recall saying something about a shift of mentality that needs to happen here, because now it's time to apply the lessons learned from these past experiences that have made you feel unbalanced, okay? Here, I'm getting that confirmed by this Knight of Swords, okay? Because you have this lesson learned. You have this lesson learned that you need to apply, okay? And in specific, it's about giving yourself the chance to, take it in and then take action, okay? And once again, check that out. We're getting the fish motif, okay? There's something about struggling to breathe. Something about struggling to breathe, because again, there's been so much, and you feel like you're ready to sink. Okay, feel like you're ready to sink, but actually, I feel like this may be time to shift your perspective and go with the flow a little bit more. Just because, again, with the fish motif, the aquatic animal motifs, okay? Um, Moving on from that, though, we have the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands. So you need to be patient with yourself right now, because you have a lot going on, and it's easy to see how you might not be as clear as you want to be, even though, going back to the Lenormand cards, you have the Star coming out, so things are starting to become a little less a little less unclear. You're not completely out of the dark yet, but you're starting to see where there might be lights coming through. So yeah, give yourself the patience, because clarity certainly will come in. Okay, and also understand that going through you're going through some level of difficulty. And it's easy to see how, again, you might be juggling a lot. What is falling out of your hands is meant to fall out of your hands, and it's doing so for a reason. Because you can only juggle so much. And I'm getting there because what I'm seeing, okay, maybe not. What I thought I was seeing was that this bird was trying to carry 3 sticks at once, and one of them was slipping. That's what I thought I saw. I don't think that motif is necessarily relevant, but I think, what I said about things falling out of your hands does count here, because, like I said, you're only human and you can only juggle so much at once. Okay? And you aren't alone in this, because whether or not you want to acknowledge that you've been struggling, the fact of the matter is that it could be a reality. That struggle could be a reality for you. And the thing is, you're not struggling, you're not going through this situation by yourself, because you have a support system and you have a community of people around you. Underneath all of that, you have the call to give yourself the permission to enjoy the simplicity and enjoy simplicity and enjoy small things that bring you that joy. Okay? Again, remember, you have an oracle card that says something to the effect about finding joy. Let me bring that up for you. Joy is the ultimate creator. See, this is the one I was referencing. Okay? Enjoy the small things. Okay? Because when you kind of get out of your head and do something that brings you happiness and gives you joy, then it's easy to see how much clearer things feel, right? Okay. All right. Ooh, okay. All right. So we have, continuing our story, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. We have the Two of Swords. Okay. And we also have the Devil. So you need to understand where you're holding yourself back. Okay. There's something about the way you're thinking in your situation that is keeping you stuck. Okay. And, there's a new opportunity being presented to you here, especially where it comes to your perspectives on certain things, the perspective is shifting, and things are changing up enough that it's time for you to start looking at your situation differently. But this is a choice that you're being presented with. And I think what's holding you back, what's keeping you stuck, is that you're missing information. You're missing bits and pieces of the information you need to make the best choice possible for you. And this is this is interesting. I think this is causing a bit of a glitch in, it's causing you to glitch mentally a little bit, because you have the Knight of Swords here. So you are being called to action. You are being called to move forward with this new energy, okay? But because there's so many unknowns, because there's so much about this that isn't right or comfortable just yet, you're unsure and you're feeling held back, okay? Or you're probably telling yourself, like, it's fine, I'm not at that bridge yet, I don't need to cross it, because I'm just not there. I feel like that might not hold. I feel like that might not hold the energy you think it is. Just because, again, Knight of Swords. Again, that Knight of Swords card is coming out too. So, okay, that's an interesting bit of conflict here. But again, I think potentially asking for help. Remember, you have a support system around here, so this isn't being faced by itself. Asking for help, not only is it not a bad thing and it doesn't make you weak, but I think that's going to help you. I think that's going to help you settle some things in your head here. Okay. We also have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Yes, I said Nine of Pentacles. My brain said it, but I didn't hear myself say it. So there it is. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. And we have the Three of Swords. Okay. I do think one of the reasons why we're seeing this conflict show up here is because we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Innately, this decision is there, and you're struggling to make that decision because you have so many options at your forefront, right? Like, oh, I have A, B, C, pick any number of letters. Those are your options. You have a lot in front of you, okay? And you're being asked to pick. Just pick, right? What's the problem? I think some of this might be coming from external sources that you're being kind of rushed by. So for example, let's say you may have gotten a new job offer, and while you like the job you're at, this one pays better, this one has better hours, but it's a longer commute. Something about a time crunch is potentially putting you in conflict. I think this might be more internal, just because you have all of these swords cards coming out. Again, with the Three of Swords, but we'll get there. The Seven of Pentacles is asking you to hit pause. Okay? And I'm saying hit pause once. I'm saying hit pause because you've done a lot of work so far. Okay? And you can't be a workhorse forever. You've already put a lot of diligent effort into making the progress you want to make. Okay? Um, but it is okay to take a break. You might still have a little bit more to go, but it is okay to take a break because you are going to need it. Okay. And in order to address what's still giving you that sense of conflict, I feel like you're going to need to give yourself the chance to game plan what your next steps are going to be, and how you're going to, um, how you're going to move forward. Okay. Um, and part of this also is stepping back. I think to address the Two of Swords energy, you're going to need to have a little bit of a step back from what you're experiencing to allow yourself to see the bigger picture. And that's likely where you're going to get the bigger details that you need to make the choices you're being asked to make. Okay. So there's the main situation. Let's see what it is we need to see about our hidden and clarifying energies. So at least for our hidden energy, let's get to the nitty-gritty of why we're seeing this choice, this internal conflict come up for us. What is that about? Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. Interesting. Here's our Nine of Swords. Oh yeah, okay. We have our Queen of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and we have the Ten of Swords. Dang. You have a lot of stress and anxiety building up here. Okay. I'm getting here because of our 9 and our 10 of Swords. A lot of this anxiety and a lot of the stress in this situation is that you don't want to fail. Okay. You really don't want to fail because that's going to hurt your heart. But you also feel like if you make a decision that is different from what people expect of you, you're going to get hurt. You're going to lose people along the way. You're going to be you're going to be forced out of your pack, if you will, because I'm hearing something about a lone wolf mentality that you've built up in this situation. Like if I choose this, I have to walk alone. I have to support myself. I have to figure it out. And that's the internal conflict for some of you. Okay. That's where all of this really deep emotion, again with the aquatic animals. Okay. There's the whale. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of emotion, a lot of heavy burden on your shoulders that is coming from you in particular, but I do think there's an external trigger, so it's not all you. Okay. However, you're feeling so much and you're feeling it really deeply. Okay. So there's that. But what you need to know, and why I think this is coming up for you, is that on the flip side of all of this, there is still love, there is still joy, there is still happiness, there is still a way to be curious. There's still a way to be curious without being so afraid that you're paralyzed. Okay. And I'm saying all of that because the Wheel of Fortune is turning, and it will turn in your favor, right? You might be here on the wheel, but you're going to come back up. Okay. Again, you need to give it time, be patient, be loving and open-hearted with yourself during this time, okay? And for some clarity on the whole thing, let's see, the Fool, okay? I like this energy already, the Fool. We have the Six of Swords. Look what Six of Swords, you already know here. We have the Nine of Cups, okay? And we have the Two of Swords as a repeat card, okay? So even in spite of the choices that we have on our plate right now, and in spite of everything going on, okay, there's still so much we have to look forward to, okay? There's something here that's starting new. Again, go back to the Lenormand. If you want to rewind this video and go back to the beginning where I got the oracles, we have the broom, we have the fish, and we have the star, okay? New energy is coming in, okay? We may have to dive deep to find where we stand in all of this change, but it's new and it's waiting for us to discover what we need, okay? Take the leap of faith. Take the leap of faith, because you are going to find, you know what, you're going to find that maybe you're being called to your full energy so you can find your inner magic, okay? I'm hoping that comes up in either in the bonus reading, or maybe that's just the energy that I'm channeling and we didn't get that card. But there's new energy. There's a new opportunity for happiness, okay, for that emotional overflow, that bubbling of joy and happiness and laughter to come through, okay? But we have to move on from what's held us back, okay? From the mental chains we've put ourselves in, okay? Take the leap, dive deep, and I think we'll find what exactly it is we're looking for, okay? Now, I want to share a quick little story before I get into the bonus reading, because I just happened to think, as of filming this, I've had my nephews over, and we've been fortunate enough to have a neighbor that's out of town, and we are using their pool. So, neighbor, if you watch this, thank you so much for letting us use your pool. But my nephews don't really know how to swim, and I have been getting in the water with them and getting them used to, treading water, feeling what it feels like to float, getting their heads under, just getting them used to being around water so they're not afraid of it. And out of nowhere, my oldest nephew just decides to take a running leap into the shallow end of the pool. Not smart, but he didn't hurt himself. But he just ran off the side of the pool deck and jumped in. It was like, dude, good job. So why do I tell that story? I think part of you knows you need to take a running leap off the pool deck and just get into the water and explore. Okay? Maybe easier said than done, and I appreciate that, but I'm with you. You're not doing it alone, and you certainly have me in your corner. Okay, so good luck. Let's see our bonus reading, and then we'll call it quits for this reading. But in advance, thank you for tuning in if you made it this far. Okay, bonus reading. Here we go. Okay, we have the letter. Okay, we have energy flows where my intention goes. Okay. We have the sloth. Seek nature's wisdom. Interesting. Okay. And we have the beautiful unknown beckons as I summon my brave and trusting heart. My soul dances towards a stunning sacred destiny. Okay. There's that mandala. Okay. You know what you know, right? You have experiences, you've collected data, you've gained a lot of knowledge, and you're standing at a new path, right? And getting to the knowledge idea because you have this letter. You have the letter card here. Okay, so you've been given information that you might not have had before. And this is where I'm saying, okay, you know what you know. Now it's time to integrate those things that you picked up from this information. Okay, and follow an intention, whatever that may be. If your intention is to go just a quick walk around the block, easy. If you intend for that to happen once a day for a week, that might be where your energy is going, and you have this energy going to that thing. This could be a little bit loftier of a goal, but you have the intention of achieving it. Okay. But what you need to remember about that thing is that there is wisdom to be gained from not knowing an outcome of the situation. Okay, so maybe you just had, okay, you know what, I'm just going to walk around the block once a day every week and see what happens. Well, then you start noticing, oh, hey, my waistband's feeling a little looser. Let's continue doing this some more. And you start seeing results in that area happen. It could be whatever, but that's what I'm coming to. Again, there's beauty and wisdom in the unknown. And even though you have information from previous experiences, previous events, there's still this thing of, yes, maybe needing more information, but also knowing that you have an energy guiding you forward and giving you the energy to discover, right? This is a discovery waiting to happen. Okay, and it's just a matter of you, again, knowing what you know, but setting an intention to perhaps supplement that knowledge. Okay, and that's where these two are wearing getting that. Okay, so let's get into what our bonus tarot has for us. Okay, we have this. Oh, hey, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, we have a Magician. Okay, if you're just coming for the bonus reading, I would actually encourage you to watch the full video through, because I did talk about the Magician coming out. It is coming out in our bonus reading, and I'm happy to see you, my friend. So here's the Magician. Okay. We also have the Fool coming out again. That's lovely. Hello, my friend. Oh, that's cool. And we have the Eight of Cups. Okay. That's really cool. So you're being encouraged to kind of game plan or get something together because Yeah, game plan. Game plan your next steps, because you're being called away from the things that have hurt you in the past. Okay, there's no point in holding on to whatever these things are, or this thing is. Grammatically correct over here. Anyway, you're game planning this, okay, and you're really looking at what you need to, again, set your intentions and move forward. Okay, that's something you're working on doing. The trigger for that is that you finally, I think, you come to the space where you can finally acknowledge your ability to trust yourself, trust your energy, trust the universe in a way that is allowing you to take a leap of faith. Okay? Oh, I love that. Okay. Cool. Thank you for coming into this reading. If you guys enjoyed it, forgot to mention this, but if you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons so you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. I have also, again, linked everything in the description, all of the decks I've used, everything's in the description, like I said. So with that, I am going to call this reading done. Let me know what you guys thought of the new format. We may go back to it. Yeah, we may go back to it next time, back to the original format next time. Yeah, let me know if you feel compelled to, comments. So, I love you guys. That is it for this reading. I will see you very soon, and until the next video, love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.